The United States 2012 presidential election witnessed incumbent Democrat President Barack Obama defeat Republican challenger Mitt Romney. Obama defeated Romney with 332 electoral votes and 51.1% of the popular vote, compared to Romney's 206 electoral votes and 47.2% of the popular vote. You see, Republicans nominated the wrong guy for president. Where Romney was a moderate Republican, he was also seen as rather weak. But you know who wasn't physically weak? Arnold flipping Schwarzenegger. The Austrian-born Arnold Schwarzenegger chaired the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports during most of the George H.W. Bush administration. In 2003, he was elected governor of California in a special recall election to replace incumbent Governor Gray Davis, where he received 48.6% of the vote, 17 points ahead of the runner-up being Cruz Bustamante of the Democrat Party. He was sworn in on November 17th and served the remainder of Davis's term and would be re-elected in the 2006 gubernatorial election with a vote of 55.9% and served a full term, where in 2011 he reached his term limit as governor and returned to acting. But what if, in an alternate timeline, Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to run for president in 2012? You see, Schwarzenegger couldn't run for U.S. president as he was not a natural-born citizen of the United States, and his presidential aspirations would be blocked by a constitutional hurdle, being Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5, which prevents individuals who are not natural-born citizens of the United States from assuming office. However, the Equal Opportunity to Govern Amendment would be shot down in our timeline and prevented this ability. But what if it wasn't and Arnold won the 2012 election? As president, Schwarzenegger would begin to terminate terrorism all over the world. He does this by riding a motorcycle from Tora Bora across to Aleppo, shooting every terrorist insurgent in sight with his shotgun. In doing so, the Iranian regime would disavow terrorism and dismantles the IRGC. The Ayatollah steps down so democracy can run the country right when Schwarzenegger crosses the border from Afghanistan to Iran. Schwarzenegger's presence in Iraq then makes ISIS never become a problem, as he gives out autographed copies of Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. Following President Schwarzenegger's bike ride through Afghanistan, Iran, and Iraq, he arrived in the border of Syria when he took off his glasses, and Syrian President Bashar al-Assad immediately ended the production and distribution of Captagon and drugs based on the sight of Arnold taking off his sunglasses. Then Arnold would set foot in Syria, and Assad expelled all Russian forces, as Arnold's mere presence ended the Syrian civil war. While on his way to Aleppo to finish terminating all terrorists, Assad stepped down from power once Schwarzenegger was a mile away from Damascus, and with that, peace was celebrated all over the Middle East. The next issue on the world stage for Arnold is, of course, the drug cartels, and he has the perfect strat to deal with them. You see, Arnold had previous experience in Latin America when he was fighting against a predator alien and personally dropped into the jungles of Venezuela and Colombia to fight the cartels there. In Latin America, Arnold would get to the choppa as he gunned down all the drug dealers and drug makers, as well as all organized crime within the region. The whole area would see a disappearance of crime as well as all illegal operations right after he set foot all over the area. Witnessing all of this, Russia decides to end all forms of hostility towards the United States and anyone else for that matter, out of fear of being terminated and in sheer awe of seeing Arnold get to a chopper while blasting FARC members with an M203 grenade launcher. Russia then convinces China and North Korea to do the same, and world peace is achieved under Arnold's leadership. Now on to his domestic policies. America significantly loses weight as obesity is no longer an issue after Arnold gave a speech from the Oval Office telling all fat people to put the cookies down, and people across the United States then became happy and healthy as the president showed all Americans how to properly pump iron. Furthermore, all health insurance costs dropped way down after President Schwarzenegger found a solution to end all brain tumors. This also increased the brain power and intelligence of not just Americans, but all of humanity as a whole, as Arnold wasn't just re-elected in the United States, but was also elected by other countries to lead the world in 2016. With that, all of humanity turned to a movie economy where Arnold filmed action movies every year, which made everybody rich and happy. But that's of course just one possible scenario. What do you think would have happened had Arnold Schwarzenegger won the 2012 presidential election? Write in the comments, and thank you for watching.